So have you guys heard of Black Atlantis?
Oh man, here we go.
Wait, is that just Wakanda under the sea?
Uh,
You do
no.
realize black people can't swim, right?
Okay, we're back. That's a
That was a close one.
that's the perfect note to come back on, dropping some little known lore on the on the boys at home. No, you were talking before we had our little interruption there about the getting a lodge system together and how there's still going to be some mandatory requirements for the statewide meetups. How frequently do you guys meet up statewide?
Every month, right now.
It's also, I think
Go ahead.
it's also worth noting we're not exactly statewide. We do not take applications from up in the Panhandle or down in Miami, but we do allow people to travel from pretty far distances if they are willing to make the journey.
Interesting. So, and this is just a question that occurred to me. With trying to get other, if the idea or the hope is that other chapters will spin up, would it be a good project, you think, to kind of groom guys who are in the central or who are in the kind of northern Florida area that are already in the chapter, to get them to be able to run their own chapters and kind of send them off?
Yeah, that is something we're kind of working on right now. So we've got people in mind, but it's kind of a process at this time. So there's not a lot I can say about it, but we are trying to work on that.
Yeah, I know that we've got some friends in the Panhandle that aren't quite within reach of the James Oglethorpe Society or the Magnolia League. Where does the Panhandle technically start? Is it like everything west of Tallahassee, or is it even further east than that?
Oh, that's a good question, because when you get up the Panhandle, you're also in the Redneck Riviera, and the regional discussions, like what's Midwest, but usually it's pretty much, in my opinion, kind of at the armpit up, and you can get over the Tallahassee. But I'm a Tampa guy, so I don't really spend much time up there.
It is kind of a different world in a lot of ways. Florida's got so many different subcultures to it. There's, everything down south in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. Tampa guys even being somewhat different than the Orlando guys. I was having a discussion with one of my other members, and he kind of put it like this: you've basically got, within Central Florida, you've got the pirate and the pioneer, and this melding together, and we're kind of splitting that. It seems like a lot of the Tampa guys are definitely more pirate mindset. And a lot of the central, like Orlando-ish area guys, you've got a lot of people up to the west of Orlando, north of Orlando. That's a lot of kind of cracker country. You got a lot of the pioneer mindset. So it's interesting dealing with the personality types as a group. But we somehow make it work.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting to think about, because I know that I said that Florida is a big place, but the distance between Tampa and Orlando isn't that great.
No.
Now, is the eastern side is the side that gets hit with the brunt of hurricanes more frequently? Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah. There are a couple that do get into the Gulf, but most of the time the East is dealing with it. And so we've done some hurricane relief, actually, since you brought that up, about a year ago. Was it 2 years ago, guys? I think it was 2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago. It was right after Helene, right?
That's correct. Yeah. There was a massive storm that hit the Gulf, and we volunteered and did a cleanup day, or a couple of cleanup days out there, and that was a great experience. I think a lot of guys got a lot out of that. We're hoping to do another one of those. We're not hoping for another hurricane, obviously, but We're hoping to do a cleanup event. We've also been talking with the guys about organizing in a way so that everybody has some kind of hurricane preparedness. This is another element that we've been working on is elevating guys as far as their preparedness for natural disasters, making sure everybody in the club has food, making sure everybody has some kind of source of water, a generator, or at least some place to go. And if they don't have a place to go, we figure out where they are going to go in the event of something like that happening. So this is another part of things that we've been working on. Recently, we've been working on getting an idea of what aspect each individual within the org has that they can bring, whether skills or tools. In fact, we just kind of finalized a list on that so that, we can help each other better through, disasters like that. But yeah, Lynn's put a lot of work in getting all that together. So that's been good. And you're actually using AI to help you with that too, aren't you?
Well, no, I've had to manually bully the chapter members to give me their information. But now that I have it all, I've been working on a local AI model that isn't going to be sending any data anywhere. I've got my own hardware, and I'm going to dump everyone's information in there and kind of find areas where people are overlapping, where perhaps there's business opportunities. And also, it is a big state, and we do have guys coming from all over the place. So where is everyone? You can say, oh yeah, I'm coming from Sanford, and I'm in Tampa, and I'm like, oh okay, yeah, I know that town exists over there, but is that north of Orlando? Is that east? Where the hell is it? I mean, the two coasts can often be foreign lands to people who are from here. So for also that preparedness, okay, someone got stuck over there, who do we have in the area that they can go to? But yeah, I'm working on getting a model that's capable enough on hardware that doesn't require Stormy Waters to sponsor me.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting because you can also use that to kind of map historical road closures from hurricanes, like which routes are most likely to remain open during an event like this. That's a very creative use. I fully support that.
Yeah, and the new AI guild has been really cool. It's been awesome having guys, because we all have our chapters, but this same thing we all we're in a completely remote environment. None of us are sitting next to each other, and that's the case for a lot of the chapters. And some guys got skills over here, and some guys got skills over there. And so how can we, not only as the Florida, the Yellow Dogs, how can we continue to make sure that our guys are being supported, but how can us as broader, brothers make sure that we are, supporting everyone's businesses? And maybe there's guys that are better at this than others, and so we're able to keep that loop closed. Yeah,
last week, Len, we're getting a bit of an echo from you. Last week I asked the Magnolia League guys about setting up repeater networks, but Florida, if I'm not mistaken, is relatively flat, so it doesn't really seem like something you really need that badly.
We've got some hills in the northern central region, but for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine getting line of sight isn't too hard down there. But there are, Florida is, I imagine the population, I haven't been down there since I was a kid, but I imagine the population, well, besides layover flights, but the population density must be pretty serious in Central Florida.
It's brutal. Yeah, traffic's gotten worse and worse, especially as such a tourist destination. You've got a lot of people coming in during the peak season in the summers. It can get pretty rough. I know Tampa gets pretty awful too, as far as traffic coming in and out of the place. I'm sure everybody whines about traffic, no matter where you're from, but I do think that in a lot of ways we have some of the worst drivers. I don't know. I think it's a lot of women, man. There's a lot of women out there driving.
Yeah, I mean that's just a problem everywhere. I mean, Saudi Arabia gets a lot of things right, and that's definitely one of them. Do they still do that? Didn't they recently I don't know, make their country even worse by allowing that?
I'm sure. And then probably, I don't know, we financed some kind of transgender surgery hospital over there, or, feminist studies degrees. I'm sure that's something our tax dollars are going to.
Yeah, that would be an interesting study. Are male to female troons worse drivers than they were when they were just male?
I don't
Probably.
know. That might
Probably worse, but
might
not
substantiate their science.
Not for thinking they're women. Probably just because they're on average going to be more nuts.
Yeah. They're, I guess, more prone to road rage would probably be the right thing to look at, or to homicidal road rage anyway. Only if
We
their
did
parents
have
are
a
in the car.
recent troon go viral, actually, at one of the big colleges in Central Florida. I don't know if you saw that video of that guy freaking out at that cop who basically held a can of pepper spray to his face. That was
one of ours.
Yeah, that was one of ours. That was at UCF, man.
Wait. So that was the screeching man-child. Did he actually? I could only watch that for about a second or two before I was sick of listening to that. But did he actually get sprayed in the face?
I don't think so. I think they just arrested him.
Oh, bummer. That might have helped him out.
Yeah, I probably would have maybe. I don't know. Blasted the eye.
So like that's what we're mean. Like we don't know what to do with these guys. They were good candidates otherwise, and
yeah. So you send them to UCF. No, that makes sense.
This is what happens when you don't get into the yellow dog pack. You turn out.
I think there were some people from Florida who say that too. Besides people actually in the yellow dog pack. Well, guys, this hour has kind of flown by, and despite that hiccup where we had like 30 seconds of like ridiculous deep lore on Wakanda under the sea, which
Angola.
Yes. Oh, geez, Angola. That's a rabbit hole, huh? But the viewers will just have to use their imaginations on that one. So the super chats are light this evening, which people are on vacation, so maybe they don't. Maybe they spent their whole budget flying to somewhere stupid. But since we're at that point, guys, if you could give your brothers any piece of advice, what would it be?
Trust your instincts, especially when it comes to interviewing people. If you get a bad feeling about somebody, it's okay to say no. You should. Your instincts are there for a reason. You definitely want to pay attention to that. It's okay to wait on approving somebody. Have another meeting, talk them up a little bit, get them comfortable. People will tell you who they are. Just give them time.
Yeah, I would suggest the executive committees of the chapters get together and talk about vetting. If it's not something you're actively talking about, then you're not going to have a system for it. And as Kyle said, right, you want to trust your instincts, but it's also important to have a process outlined that you can defer back to.
Get some blood on your hands too.
Yeah. That was honestly what kind of sold it for me. Just not to belabor that, but was when he was like, if you're gonna lead men, you need to go kill someone. I was like, well, shit, I never have. So, but yeah, definitely second that. But I mean, I would say learn how to use Hermes Agent. It is such an unlock for a high agency person, as long as you don't treat it like a video game and you have like simulated productivity. But I've set a couple of our guys up on it, and it is a huge unlock. If you have a bunch of ideas that you haven't had time for, you can just pay $20 a month and have a digital slave do it for you.
I mean, I love the idea of getting a slave for $20 a month. That seems like a deal.
It's a fantastic deal.
Can you say the name of that again a little bit more slowly?
Hermes Agent.
All right, and some people might be a little weary of letting a pagan sorcerer into your life, but hey, it's the modern day. What are you going to do? Just go to church more. Thank you.
Just tell it it's a Christian.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Len. Thank you, Ferdinand. Thank you, Kyle, and thank you, Yellow Dog Pack, for joining us. We got the whole slate of things. Check out Pony Express Radio every Thursday for the latest in slop. Check out American Spirits, where the real thinking is getting done, and learn a little bit about this great nation and its founding principles that you're not going to learn anywhere else, because everyone would rather forget about it. Remember, all brothers, that there are many events coming up across this great country to round out the year. There's a South Central Forum, there's the Milwaukee event, there's the New England event, and there is the East Coast Forum anon. So be sure to check the regular channels to get some information on how you can get to those. Obviously worth your time to figure out what your brothers are like across this great country of ours, especially if you're not able to make it to the national conference. For the OGC, I've forgotten that next week is Delaware Crossing. So check us out for those guys. And thank you for joining us, everybody. What's that? Oh, all right. Our producer let us know that someone got in under the wire. Wingman 4564 for $2. No Vacation Ever Club. Love from the James Oglethorpe Society. Well, thank you, sir, and thank you, the great state of Georgia, for producing so many great men. Once again, I'm Not Me, Not You. Thanks for joining.